He's an 8-time Louisiana Association of Broadcasters Award winner. And he snapped a ball through his legs.
Wait, why does your name get to go first?
Shut up.
This is Scone T.
Because they made it.
All right, off we go. It's Scone T. We're at Oliver Twist, and this is a gigantic margarita tower.
Yes! Look at that big boy right there. I've never heard of a margarita tower.
Do it again.
It's a Hornitos margarita tower. It's 100 ounces.
You're like stroking the
of
shaft.
Delicious margarita.
Oh, my God.
They call it the T-Bob Tower. How about that? Come ask it. And then look how easy this is. Just press the button. Oh, fries? Hell yes, fries. Let's go, dude.
Right here. Scoot what back? Muse. It doesn't fucking matter. Like, are you kidding me? At this point, it's a giant margarita tower. Like, honestly,
like 8 to 10
the second
there's like 8 to 10 margaritas in there.
The second Wiggins put that here, the shot was fucked. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, bro. So, all right,
I heard that margaritas make people hornitos. Get it?
I got it.
Get it?
We're at Oliver Twist.
Horny toes.
Here.
I should have said horny toes. That's a better delivery.
Got it.
We're workshopping it.
We're here at Oliver Twist for Scone T. Excited to be here. A lot going on. Baseball Tigers are heading to Oxford. The football Tigers have their spring game this weekend. NFL draft is next week. So much going on. T-Bob is already eating fries and ignoring the show entirely.
Yeah, these fries are so good, though, dude. Every time they're so good. And what are the 3 different sauces? We have ketchup. This feels like some sort of Thousand Island almost, like Big Mac type sauce.
Okay.
And then this is mayonnaise, right?
No idea, but you're double dipping.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
so rude, bro.
We're boys.
That's so rude. No.
We literally share a meal here every single week.
We kind of do. But we hate each other.
Yeah.
I hate you so much.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
I do hate you. Fuck you, too. Can't believe I'm here right now, wasting my time with you. All right.
Wait, check that. It's a spicy ketchup. There's a little hot sauce in that thing.
That one?
No, this. Let me try this one more time to see what it is.
Have you had the spicy ketchup at Whataburger? Because I remember eat that, and then I'll make my point. When we were in Houston for that,
I don't know what that is. That's like
while,
1,000 I think it's great. Anyway, go on.
So we were in Houston for that while when Drew was in the hospital, all that stuff. People raved about Whataburger. We didn't have a Whataburger in Baton Rouge at the time, at least not that I recall. And so I was like, okay, well, I got to try Whataburger. And they're like, well, you got to try their spicy ketchup because it's the greatest fucking thing. The Whataburger burger and the spicy ketchup for the stuff, it's just the best. We got Whataburger. Erica got food poisoning, and I thought it was just okay. And so I haven't been back to Whataburger since. That was 2014.
At the risk of costing ourselves a potential Whataburger sponsorship in the future, I had a somewhat similar experience where it was much hyped up to me in high school and everything. And so finally, like senior spring break, we go down to Florida for spring break, and we're like so excited for Whataburger. And I was like, all right, it's a solid fast food burger. It's definitely not bad. It's not bad by any means. In fact, it is definitely on the good spectrum of fast food burger, but I don't find it to be like, I gotta get that burger again.
Do you think? Where do you stand on In-N-Out? So
it's not worth some of the wait times that you will get, but it is a damn good fast food burger. Like it is a tier probably above most fast food burgers. But that's not to say that you should wait like 40 minutes or have her crazy and get some of those In-N-Outs out in Cali.
So if I were to give you, and you didn't ask, but I'll just volunteer it.
Yeah.
My fast food hot take. If you told me right now, Matt, you could have one fast food meal, just one, I would go to Hardee's and get their bacon, mushroom, Swiss burger, fries, and a chocolate shake.
I don't hate that, dude.
Now I'm going to tell you about Hardee's.
Hardee's / Carl Jr., very underrated burger.
I
Not big down here for some reason.
And, most of the ones that I've been to, Erica knows this, if we're going on a road trip, we're going to plan our meal stop, if we're going to do a fast food meal, around where there's a Hardee's.
Oh, nice.
So, and she doesn't like it, so she gets something else. But
we do that with McDonald's. It's the only time the kids get a Happy Meal is if we're on a road trip, so they get fucking hyped to get a Happy Meal. And this is where it becomes, taste can be such a subjective thing. Well, whatever, not really. I mean, whatever. McDonald's knows how to make their food taste good, right? The quality of the ingredients may not be great, but they are scientifically, making it taste good. I have a special place in my heart for a McDouble. Maybe it was because in college, the dollar menu was all the rage. And when we would get hungover, we would have cheeseburger feasts where we would take a 20 to either Burger King or McDonald's and be like, hey,
McDouble.
20 double cheeseburgers and just smash them. But a good old McDouble and a McChicken goes down oh so sweet. Probably about once a month I break down and I get that combination. Even though in college I got real into the economics of it, and Burger King, to gain back market share, was actually selling their double cheeseburgers at a loss. They were obviously clearly higher quality, but they cost $1.10 to make, and they were selling them for 99 cents, whereas McDonald's, I don't know what they cost to make. Definitely not $1.10, and they as well were selling for 99 cents. So for a while, we started getting Burger King double cheeseburgers. But eventually, they had to price it up, and then it went back to McDoubles, and now just McDoubles have a special place in my heart.
I do like a McDouble. I don't eat a lot of fast food. You probably can't tell because I'm a fat guy. But there was a time in my life where I did. I don't really anymore. It's rare that I eat fast food.
I eat Chick-fil-A. I eat Chick-fil-A a lot. About once a week at least.
But if I am going to eat fast food and I have to pull through McDonald's or whatever, I'll always get a McDouble and a small fry because it's off the dollar meal. It's cheaper, number one, and you're just eating less food than if you got a double quarter pounder meal.
See, a long time ago, I left behind the fries, though. Ever since, already before this, but I've really left them behind at McDonald's at least.
Meanwhile,
no. I fucking love fries.
No, I'm with you.
I'm talking about McDonald's fries. Right behind. No, I don't want to say that actually. Okay. One of the biggest lies we have ever been told in our lives is how good McDonald's fries are. They are all right.
Oh, have you listened to the Malcolm Gladwell episode?
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
And I constantly fantasize about getting those original sacrosanct McDonald's fries cooked in the beef tallow.
Yeah, bro. Versus
vegetable oil bill of goods that I've been sold my entire life. It is bullshit. Sorry. There's a lot of people here. They just hear me yelling about McDonald's fries.
They know why they're here.
Shout out to Oliver Twist, though. Look, dude, it is popping, dude. Everybody's drinking, having fun. We got the T-Bob Tower right here. Watch how easy this is. We want more margarita? I feel like I'm in the cantina. I feel like
I would like to say Brennan Huff said Five Guys double, Sonic, then Wendy's. I don't count
Five Guys in there.
Fast food.
It doesn't count in there.
Yeah, that doesn't count
if we involve Five Guys, that opens the door to a lot. You can't drive through. If you can drive through, it's fast food. If you can't, it's not. That is what it is.
Okay, I'm good with that.
It's still a fast burger. But if I'm going to go to Five Guys, I'd rather go to curbside, right? Or one. There's actually a lot of good burgers in Baton Rouge. I don't know that there's a ton of great pizza. A lot of good burgers in Baton Rouge, though. T-Bob, you look like you've been riding bicycles today.
Are we going to talk about sports?
Yeah, we probably should. Yes.
We don't have to.
No. We should.
What are you the most excited about this weekend? LSU Ole Miss.
Yeah, LSU Ole Miss.
The LSU spring game, the NBA playoffs, or the build-up to the NFL draft?
I don't really like the draft that much.
You're not a draft guy?
No, God, I'm so sick of this. I keep getting this fucking reaction from everybody I do a show with. You, Jake, Aaron. I get it. Y'all are all draft guys, okay? Have it. I don't give a fuck about it, really.
That's okay. I don't care that you're not.
But, no, so I don't really care about that too much. But you should come out to Don Juan next Thursday. It's going to be a ton of fun. I'm really struggling to get in the NBA playoffs without the Pels, man. I'm not going to lie. At night, I just got hooked on Succession, so I'm like, I want to watch some of that. I have Ted Lasso sitting there. I'm playing a little WoW Classic. Like, in the 1 to 2 hours a night that I'm spending with, like, ooh, how do I want to? I can do whatever I want right now. I'm really struggling for the NBA playoffs to break through. I mean, so for me, it's an easy answer. I'm most excited for LSU Ole Miss.
Okay, well, let's talk about LSU Ole Miss then. That's where we'll start. And by the way, if you're on YouTube, thanks for being there. Smash the like button.
Wait, what are you talking about? This team fucking sucks, dude. We lost to UL last night, dude. Fuck this team.
ULL.
Number one bullshit, dude.
They didn't play Louisville. They played the University of Louisiana at Lafayette. I'm not going to look. Were you? When did you start work? Were you here in 2017?
Yeah. Yep.
Because you came and then left and then came back. I don't remember when you
came back around 2016, I want to say.
So let's see. Wait. So Ogeron.
Dude, I think I just signed my 4th contract at guaranteed. So that'd be 2016. Because I think I've been here, or 17. So I've been here 6 years.
Here you go. So Ogeron hired Panamsky during the 2016 season. Hunt finished the year.
Yeah. And then I came in
early 2017. Oh, perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Wiggins.
Thank you, Wiggins.
T-Bob has a beer tower, or has a. That's actually margarita, and T-Bob is going to test to the limits of his.
No, look, I can know exactly how much you're consuming. It's like an IV of margarita. I can be responsible.
Yeah. Or you're just going to look at that as a challenge and try to.
No. I'll tell you one thing. Drinking 100 ounces of margarita on a Wednesday sounds like a good way to ruin Thursday. and I don't think I want to go that hard.
Good. All right.
But it does taste really fucking good, which is making this all a little more challenging.
The reason I gave you the whole timeline is, like, every time LSU loses a midweek game, my Twitter mentions become a complete shit show, and it's everyone just talking about the midweek games don't matter thing. That started in 2017. LSU lost a midweek game to South Alabama with a bunch of guys that weren't even going to be on the postseason roster. And people melted, and the team sucked, and all this shit. And I blew a gasket, and I was like, midweek games don't matter. They don't fucking matter. And they don't. You can lose every midweek game and still go to Omaha. You can win them all and not even make the postseason. So the result of the game is the point. Can you learn things about your team? Absolutely. So I really don't care that they lost the game against UL.
So I'm clear. I was being tongue-in-cheek. I agree with you. So allow me my take on the game, since I think yours is a bit, definitely more, baseball experience. Here's my neophyte take on the game. Mostly, I am happy to see Javen Coleman return, start the game, throw a solid inning, even if it was off fastballs where he strikes out 2, doesn't allow a run. Did he give up a hit? He didn't give up a hit. Retire the side. 3 up, 3 down.
Strikeout, fly out.
Yeah, okay, so that's awesome. I like that combined with the news about Gavin Dugas, taking grounders, I think it was. Ackenhausen throwing bullpen. I don't love Edwards and Shore still being out. But basically there was
last week, bro.
Paxton Kling is closer than maybe I thought he was. So, overall, I'm feeling better with Coleman. And then hearing that Ackenhausen is on the right track and that Gavin Dugas is on the right track to be back. But I do remain fearful that once again the pin that you are going to be relying upon did not look strong.
Okay.
And I'm not worried about the bats. I don't give a fuck. The bats are awesome. This is the exception, not the rule. Fuck it.
All right. So, I'll tell you, first of all, I said this last week. I'll keep saying it. Do not expect to get Shores and Edwards back this year. Okay?
That makes sense.
Do not expect them back this year. Miracles happen, and you never say never and all that sort of stuff, but don't expect to have those guys back, okay? Last year, when Javen Coleman tore his UCLA, Jay never actually announced that Javen Coleman tore his UCL and that Tommy. He don't announce it. He'll give you an update on everybody else, and when you ask about Shores and Edward, he goes, no update. Well, there's no fucking update because they're not going to pitch this year, okay? Anyway, that sucks. But look.
But it's better to have some finality as a fan, I think, and get the info.
I get it. But from a competitive standpoint, if that's what Jay thinks matters and not let it, whatever. But proceed as if you're not going to have either of those guys for the rest of the year. The Javen Coleman news is absolutely the most significant. And it wasn't just that he was out there. It was that, he pumped 95. He was hitting spots. He was mixing pitches. The first batter, he was down 3-1, came back out a strikeout on a swing and miss elevated fastball. He looked like the guy he was as a freshman when he kind of really emerged late in that 21 season. He threw 16 pitches. Said after the game he felt great. Sometimes it's not till the next day, if there's any soreness. So if you see Javen Coleman again this weekend, and then maybe over the next 5 weeks you see him start to extend, now you're talking about a guy that potentially come postseason could be in your rotation.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. Does he ever get to a point where he gets beyond like 3 or 4 innings?
I don't know that. But even if he gets you 12 outs in game 2
no. That
awesome,
would, I guess that to me in my head though, that was what I had set up as the ceiling for him, which is what you need. Like, you've lost that in losing Garrett Edwards. Like that would be massive, huge if he could do that. But yeah, I guess what I'm saying is I hadn't even considered him actually starting again this year. Maybe save for like a regional or one of those weird like SEC tournament type situations.
I could absolutely see if he builds up endurance and feels good, the more they stretch him, and he keeps extending, that he becomes a rotation guy. Right now, after Skeens, you've got Floyd, who he just works himself into and out of trouble every week. And then Thatcher Hurd, I think at this point we have to acknowledge, like, you're just not going to get anything from Hurd. Like, if you
so that is a change of tone from you though, because and granted, I think you would still probably say long term you feel this way, but you have been saying that you're not as worried about Hurd because he has this stuff, right? And so if you have that base foundation, you should be able to find it. But yeah, it certainly feels like, post injury, like whatever it is, he just can't find it.
He's throwing 96. He's got a wipeout slider. His stuff is there. He just can't command it. And if you're walking guys and you're consistently putting yourself in tough situations, and you're behind in counts, and then you got to put the ball over the plate, and they know it's coming, and they hit you. They have tried him starting in the weekend. They've tried him starting in the midweek. They've tried him at the back end of the bullpen. They've tried him in middle relief. They've tried him back end on weekends, middle relief on weekdays. It's like they've tried him
everywhere,
every conceivable spot, and he just cannot get outs for you. So I look at Thatcher Hurd and I go, if at any point this year he gives me anything of significance, that's a plus. But right now, you just have to say, I don't.
That's fair.
The stuff is fantastic, but if you can't command it, it's not going to be there. So all to say, yeah, Javen Coleman could absolutely become a guy, with Griffin Herring being your best lefty out of the bullpen. Coleman could absolutely be a rotation guy.
I feel like we feel better about Christian Little as the day 3 starter, even with the inning 4 implosion.
I just think
the fact that he gave you 3 solid.
I think you just have to have him on a short leash. He completely fell apart in the 4th.
It was crazy. It was crazy.
It was 9 up, 9 down, and then he walked the bases loaded. So, but you know what? If your starter in day 3 gets you 9 outs, like at that point, it's just a math equation. Just get me to 27 outs, because I know my offense is going to perform against their whatever is left in day 3.
They're against their squad trying to get the same 27 outs.
So if you can get me 9 outs and I can build a lead, and then I can sort of dictate the rules in terms of engagement with my pitching staff and how I'm going to approach situations, then great. So, yeah, if Christian Little day 3 can get me 9, can throw up 3 zeros and get me 9 outs, yes, I'm for that.
There's also something kind of freeing about the arms being as light as they are right now, is that there's no conversation we had with Ty Floyd. It's not like, do you try somebody else? It's just like, it's him.
Yeah, it's him.
He's got to figure it out. And Floyd, Floyd's not been bad. And it's a rough year for pitchers overall. Like, that's why all this maybe feels a bit worse as well, is that, Ben McDonald's been talking about potentially juiced balls. I know there's a lot of conversation about the strike zones being tighter this year. The number one, if you look at conference play only right now, Matt, the number 1 ERA is Vanderbilt, and they're over 4. Like I don't think I remember the last few years it being over 4 like that. In fact, if you look at conference only,
last year was like in the 2s.
Yeah. There you go. So it's up across the league. LSU's conference only stats are a little worrying, but as we've talked about plenty on this show, LSU has also easily played the hardest conference schedule.
Yeah.
Only team with a winning record whose opponents have a winning record as well. So, like, both the wins and the numbers should get juiced up, which begs the question, how important do you think it is to sweep this weekend? Something that the other great teams in your conference, I mean, Vanderbilt swept Ole Miss, they swept Mississippi State, they swept Georgia.
I'm never going to predict a sweep.
I'm not saying predict a sweep, but I'm saying when you're doing the math of counting wins and getting the national seed, is 2 of 3 still okay, even with missing the South Carolina game?
You do it every week. I mean, look, your answer is in look at every poll. You're still the number 1 team in the country.
Yeah, for now, but it feels a little tenuous, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't. I mean, I asked Kendall Rogers that question last week after LSU split the South Carolina and didn't play the 3rd game, and he said, unless and until I see something from LSU that tells me they're not the team we thought they were, like they keep winning weekends, they're going to be number 1.
Yeah, fair.
It's just you keep playing top 10 teams every single week and you find ways to win the series. Like, everybody has their warts. Like, every team has their flaws. Florida's a really good team. We saw Sproat really struggle for a couple of weeks in a row. I mean, look at what's happened to Tennessee right now. They just got blown out by Tennessee Tech yesterday. Yeah. And, like, they can't win weekends.
No, Tennessee sucks. Tennessee's 5-10.
It's a struggle, man. Like, it's a struggle for them.
No, I'm worried about Vanderbilt in Florida. Like, that's who seems to be coming for the crown.
And you don't play either of them in the regular season?
I know.
And so let me see what it looks like when you get to the postseason. And you wouldn't play either of them unless and until you get to Omaha. And you know what? If I'm playing Vanderbilt game 1 in Omaha and I'm running Paul Skeens out there, I'm winning that game.
So that is the other point I was going to bring up is even with any concerns we have by the arms, there is nobody like Paul Skeens in the league.
Like, here's the thing that
is painfully clear.
That sometimes gets lost. And Skip used to talk about this too. Like, when they would go to Omaha, he was like, if I have like 6 guys that I can count on, that's all I need. And now the format was different because you didn't have the 3-game championship series and you won 2 and then someone had to come back and beat you twice. You win one more time, you're in the championships. Like, it was just a different format.
Yeah.
But my point is, I don't need Blake Money to all of a sudden be a dude so I have a whole bunch of guys once I get to Omaha. Like, I don't need Riley Cooper to be an ace. Like, what I need is Paul Skeens to be – like, Ole Miss is the best example. Ole Miss won a national championship last year with 2 guys.
Yeah.
They had Dylan DeLucia, Hunter Elliott. That was it. I mean, they hit the ball. They had great leadership. They played with a ton of confidence. And they had 2 pitchers that were dominant in the postseason. They didn't lose in the postseason. So it's like those old Diamondback teams, or maybe just team singular, where Kurt Schilling and Randy Johnson basically just lifting them to a World Series. Fuck that.
Oh, you're a Yankees fan.
Bro, I was at games 4 and 5 of that World Series in Yankee Stadium.
Does this trigger you? Who used to bat like this? How did Adrian Gonzalez, Craig Counsell used to bat like this?
You're thinking of Luis Gonzalez.
Luis Gonzalez, yeah. He was a beast.
He got the hit off of Mariano Rivera.
Fuck the Yankees, dude. I was a Braves fan growing up. Fucked over a couple of my World Series. Okay, how big of a concern is this, Matt? There appears to be a clear defensive regression. From number 1 in the country to, if you look at conference only play, 9th in the conference. And then you had the massive error by Joe Baird, which basically cost you a game, you could argue, this weekend.
I would argue that, yes. It wasn't an error in the box score because he didn't touch the baseball, so it's ruled a hit.
That wasn't an error?
It doesn't get ruled an error.
He fucking overran it?
Well, he didn't touch the baseball.
No, I never knew that was a rule. I thought it was like a judgment thing like, oh, this guy fucking blew it. That's an error.
So same thing as like like Tuesday with the pop flies to Morgan and to Cruz in the 4th that they lost in the sun or in the sunset. Like, it was, I don't know if you said, but it was consecutive batters in the 4th inning. One hit to Morgan and one to Cruz, and neither saw the ball off the bat. And so they were like both.
My entire life, I've just always assumed those were errors.
No.
Wow.
No.
Okay, well, then you should be even more concerned because there were 3 errors on the Game 2 loss, I believe, last weekend. And 2 more last night? Now they both came from pitchers, I think. So,
yeah, last night Hurd had one, and
Cooper
one. Cooper.
I don't know. I don't want to mystery. The point is, how worried should we be about
off the mound on the ball?
How worried should we be about defensive aggression?
Yeah, that matters, man. Like, like you mentioned the game 2 thing. So, like, there's 2 ways you could look at Kentucky, right? So you win 2 out of 3, and you could argue, man, if LSU doesn't have an 8th inning rally in game 3, they lose the home series to Kentucky.
Yes.
And that's true. The flip side of it is I can argue if Tommy White fields a ground ball on the first pitch that Griffin Herring threw with 2 men on, he's back in the dugout. LSU's up 6-3, and Griffin Herring's in the dugout to throw 1 pitch.
Yeah.
Instead, he has an 18-pitch inning. The next batter is the one that hit the fly ball to Joe Bear that he overran.
No, that's
and you're back in the dugout down 7-6.
Yeah, that's one of those.
Complexion changes.
You have to remember your. We've talked about it before, where like a lot of people in card games tend to only remember the times where they get unlucky beats, but when. It's them winning on the river, or it's them top decking the right card. Like, that's their skill.
Hey, what time is Jay? Esther said, ask T-Bob what time Jay Johnson's coming on tomorrow. This is the quickest way to find out, trying to book guests.
Whoa. Time the fuck out.
Hey, what time is
My phone is dead, okay?
What time is he coming on?
I've been playing. I don't know yet, dude. I've been playing. I'll text him right now. I've been playing tennis with my wife. My phone is dead. Fuck you, Jake, dude. Text me. I got my computer open. I'm not seeing any text.
That's so good. Your co-host texted me to find out what time you have a guest on your show tomorrow. That was pretty good.
You know what you are? You are the defensive aggression of LSU right now, bitch.
What does that even mean? That doesn't make sense at all.
I mean, you're frustrating. That's what I mean.
I mean, that was just an honestly funny thing. I mean, you don't see the humor there?
It doesn't mean I can't be defensive and frustrated. What are we talking about? Am I just fucking superhuman?
But that's about you, not me.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly why I'm defensive. I can't be defensive about something that's not about me. That's kind of the entire point.
But you said I'm the defensive regression, that I'm frustrated.
But I am being defensive. You're the defensive regression, which is frustrating me with the LSU baseball team. That's what I'm saying. Because you're frustrating me.
But you being frustrated is a you problem, not a me problem.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's just your reaction. So, fuck, I can't control how you react.
Guys, I'm not going to drink this whole fucking thing. Chase, come. Come, everybody. Come get help. Come. Drink from the T-Bob Tower. Fuck you, Hal Jubin. Good job, Jacob. Whatever, dude. Whatever. Y'all think I wasn't going to book our guests for our show? Get the fuck out of here, bitch.
He said he's trying to book somebody.
No, Jake's doing a good job. He's trying to promote it on social media, so he wants to know.
Yeah. Make sure you tag All-Star in your tweets. Told y'all that.
Don't fucking talk to me. I'm not. I don't. You think I do tweets from our show? I don't do tweets from our show. I don't know who does it.
I told Mario, and then he said Hester did it yesterday. So I was just trying to make sure.
I know. I'm saying that is not what I do. I plan the content of the show. I don't deal with the social media.
Got it.
I pay Danny to do all things social media.
By the way, Ole Miss sucks at baseball. You asked me if LSU should sweep.
Yes.
I'm never going to say you should sweep, especially when you don't. Your number 2 guy is schizophrenic, and you don't even really have a number 3. Maybe we hope you do now. So it's hard to say, yeah, you should sweep. You should absolutely win game 1 with Paul Skeens, and you should split games 2 and 3.
Yeah.
If you commit 3 errors and walk 12 guys and shit down your leg in one of those games, you'll probably lose it 13-12. But that's fine. Just keep stockpiling wins, keep your RPI high, keep winning series, and by the end of the season, your resume is going to have you a top 8. And that's all you really care about.
That's all I give a fuck. Is being a national seed.
I don't care if you're wire to wire, number 1. No. It doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, I told Muse this last night. I'm the least superstitious guy you'll ever meet in your life. Like, I don't care what you wear, where you sit, what you said, what you eat, if you walk on a chalk line or walk under. I don't do superstitions. But I don't even want LSU to be the number 1 national seed because – like, that is...
They don't win the... It's like NHL. You don't want to win the fucking President's Cup. Whatever the best record gets, you never win the Stanley Cup.
There is a 20-year sample, almost 23-year sample. that when they went to this format, 1999, Miami was the very first ever #1 national seed. They won the national title in 99. Since then, no team that was the #1 national seed has won the national championship. Like, that kind of goes to show you that either the committee, like, I don't think it's like I don't think it's just like a curse or anything like that. I think whatever metrics they use to gauge #1 is usually, or whatever that does mentally to a team, or however it means what you fall in the bracket, like, it's not a benefit. Like, being the #1 national seed has not been a benefit for teams. I just need to be a national seed, so the road to Omaha goes through the box. That's
I agree. That's
so
it.
If LSU wins 4 games at the box over 2 weekends, they're in Omaha. Then go see how you play over 10 days.
And they've been very good at winning 4 games over 2 weekends. No, I feel it. I mean, I said the same thing this morning, and I also said that in many ways the #1 ranking actually applies. I didn't go the superstitious angle, but it does apply in extra pressure. It's a target on your back because, hey, check this out. As a competitor, it feels fucking good to beat the #1 ranked team. Like, you think those UL boys aren't walking around with their chest puffed out a little bit today, even though it's a midweek game? We're going to get fucked. Like, I get all that, but it still feels good to beat Louisiana. Or it feels good. I'm sure those Louisiana boys feel good to be the #1 team in the country.
Lynn Rollins calling them that last night on the LSU broadcast kind of pissed me off.
Why, dude? You have to. Come on.
No, you don't.
This is so
I demand that you call me the President of the United States from now on.
Okay, that's fucking weird, but I'll do it. Like,
no,
if you feel that passionately about it, I'll do it.
But it's not reality. It's a stupid thing. Like, it's not actual.
This feels like we're having a proxy war for pronouns. Look, I don't care what anybody wants to be called. I'm going to call you. Like, what do you want to be called? Okay, I'm going to call you that. If you tell me you want to be called President of the United States, I'm going to judge you in my head. But fuck it. You want me to call you Mr. President? It's going to be very odd.
I'm way more petty. I'll just keep calling you what I want to call you to piss you off.
Anyway.
All the fucking ULL people that melt whenever I say it. And you know what I've started doing in AFR? I say the University of Louisiana at Lafayette. I say the entire fucking thing.
Well, see, so that's kind of on them, though, because if you show weakness, like, you can't.
Like you just did when you were pissed off at my laughing.
It's like a wolf. Wait, what?
Like when you said I was the defensive regression because I frustrate you. Well, that's your fault. You're the one who's
I said I was being defensive. I didn't deny any of this.
That's a you problem. You can't control your emotions, just like the ULL people.
Yeah, look, and if you fucking show weakness, like a wolf smelling fear, I'm gonna keep fucking with you. It's just that I like the Cajuns. And I like Louisiana.
Matt acting like Michael Scott. I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious. I love the reference, but I'm really not at all. I don't think like being the #1 seed is somehow a jinx or a curse. I don't believe in any of that shit. But I do believe circumstance, like when you see a 20-year trend, like there's something about that position in the bracket, be it that you have the target or maybe you have a false sense of confidence or how the matchup sets up with like a potential 1-8, whatever it may be. Like it's proven that it's not been an advantage.
Yeah.
There's no advantage to it.
Yeah, Ole Miss is 3-12. So beat the fuck out of Ole Miss in Oxford. Suck, now, the only thing where I'm maybe like don't sweep or maybe you won't is because you're in Oxford. And, it's a tough stadium. Ole Miss is going to be as locked in as they've been all year. So there is always that kind of irrational fear they're just going to put it together and maybe sting you for a game.
They have no pitching, and they're not hitting like they should. So I'm not
who's more important, Javen Coleman or Gavin Dugas?
Gavin Dugas. And I'll tell you, that was my other – well, because, I mean, he's an everyday player, obviously. But the other thing that would have been my takeaway, certainly we saw it at the end of the weekend with him out, but also on Tuesday. When you have Braden Joubert hitting in your 7-hole and Jordan Thompson in your 8-hole, that is an absurd embarrassment of riches.
Yeah, that's true. Thompson, 4 home runs in a row recently, 4 games in a row.
When you move Dugas out, just that omission in putting either Napolt or Merrifield in the lineup is taking your offensive table setter out and putting an out into the lineup.
Yeah, doesn't Merrifield not even have a hit yet?
Correct. And neither are even productive. Like, I can handle you not having a good batting average as long as you're giving me productive at bats. Work a count, move a runner, sacrifice fly. Give me a productive.
Would you count Milazzo as last year's productive at bats or no?
Milazzo didn't play last year. He was hurt.
I thought he hit a lot last year.
Milazzo was hurt. He missed the whole season.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of 2 years ago then. I'm thinking of 2 years ago.
But
Milazzo missed all last season.
Dude, you were terrible at catcher. You had Travinsky and McManus.
So all that debate I'm thinking about was from 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But that was other good injury news. Brady Neal traveling. Not sure if he'll play, but traveling.
But that was the whole thing about Milazzo was 2 years ago. The whole conversation around that was you have a premium defensive, you have an elite defender at a premium defensive position. I will give up a bat for an elite glove at a premium position. So, like, catcher, it's right up the middle. Catcher, short, center. Like, we're unearthing 2-year-old conversations that don't even fucking matter. But, like, Stevenson in 2015 or 2013 as a freshman.
Center, he was awesome.
He hit 180, I think 187 as a freshman. He was awful.
He'd cover a lot of ground.
Every fucking thing in the air.
Yeah.
So you put him in there.
And he was fast as fuck if he ever got on base.
Nola as a freshman hit 200, but he was a defensive insertion at short. They moved LeMahieu over to second. You turned more double plays, and it made you better, and you won a national championship. Like, you could afford it. But Milazzo's hitting now, so that's moved. It doesn't even matter. But the point about Dugas is, with him out, it completely changes the dynamic of your lineup. Because, we even saw a game last weekend where Jordan Thompson went up to the 4-hole. So the bottom third of your order all of a sudden becomes just very weak and vulnerable. So you're just waiting to turn it over, and then there's more pressure on the top of the lineup because the bottom of your lineup isn't producing as much. It takes some of the pressure off of the pitching staff and the defense when they know they can exhale a little bit in the bottom third. So getting Dugas back is you're seeing how important he is at the top of your lineup as the table setter and having just that extra bat in the lineup and what it does for everything else 1 through 9.
So this is we don't need to stay too long on this, but what if I sweetened it to what's more important, Javen Coleman and Nate Ackenhausen or Gavin Dugas?
I don't know what Ackenhausen's going to be for this team. I would still say Dugas.
It makes sense. Your bats are already your best chance of winning the game, and his impact on the bats is extreme. All right, let's move on. Anything else on baseball? Should we talk to spring football? We had a really good interview with I'm sorry, Bilbo. I should have my Panthers jersey on. We had a really good interview with Brian Kelly this morning in which we got him to drop a very headline-friendly quote.
Okay.
Where he said he believes that Jaden Daniels can be the best quarterback in the country this year. Now, I should be clear.
I believe that.
The setup for the question was, it's been a while since LSU has had a top 10 returning quarterback. And now you've got a guy who had a very good year one and is by far in the most stable environment that he's ever been in with the best weapons, the same coaches, and Coach Kelly said, look, I think he has the potential to be the best quarterback in the country, and that the main leader, and he said, look, he's pushing the ball downfield, he's working those weapons better, but that honestly the main thing that he's doing better is the leadership, which makes the most sense. Like, if you ask me what I'm most excited for about Spring Saturday, honestly, it sounds really dumb, but it's to watch how Jaden Daniels carries himself. I want to see if he
is this cold or do you need ice?
What? That was so OCD by Wiggins. He just moved our sauces to the side.
Is this cold or do you need ice?
No, it's cold. But wait, are we?
I know.
That was very. That's like I have my wife, and my wife has a little bit of that in her.
Give me a cup of ice.
That was very. That was interesting.
I just want to try it.
Yeah, you got to get some of this. Get him a cup. We're doing it here.
Just chug it out the spout.
No. We're not going to chug it out the spout. There we go.
I just want to try it. That's good.
No, it's cold. I think it's cold. Or I have ice in my cup. Never mind.
There's ice in it, too, there was.
It's cold.
I didn't know I had ice in here.
I have ice in my cup.
But whatever. He said Jacob Youngman. He said the main
You
difference is the
thumbed it.
leadership, and that's what I'm most looking forward to see. Does he carry himself different? How does he feel around? Yeah, everybody give him the
Yeah.
T-Bob Tower. Come.
Get in there, Jess.
Drink from T-Bob.
Get in there,
Come.
Jess.
Sip from my shaft.
Hey.
Excuse me, sir. Would you two like to sip from my shaft?
Shout out Taylor O'Brien, video man extraordinaire. Gordon McKernan's videographer. Doing great work.
Ah, okay, dude. So you're the man behind Grubbin' with G.
That's him.
Great job,
get over
Taylor.
here. Come over here. Hey, do we have another headset?
Anyway,
Do we have another headset? No, we don't have a headset.
it's rare that
Hang
you
on.
could find a quarterback that is going into his 5th year of starting, and yet you can feel like he is due to take a
I need
drastic
a
step
napkin.
forward. And yet, in my opinion, that is the context that surrounds Jaden Daniels. And I've talked about it on my show. I told you earlier this week, I think he has the potential to be the most improved quarterback in the entire country, which may sound insane based on how good he was last year, but I think it's true. Because I think, look, you had somebody who burst onto the scene freshman year, showed this incredible amount of potential, and then, look, probably due to himself a bit, the environment at Arizona
Hang on.
State, the dysfunction.
I want to introduce
Oh,
Taylor.
yeah, my bad. Yeah, go ahead.
We'll come back to Jaden. Okay, thank
Oh, wow.
Taylor O'Brien.
I feel like a pilot.
By the way, he'll be shooting spring game on Saturday for 104.5 ESPN. Shout out. And also featured on a recent episode of Rosters to Riches, NIL podcast. So make sure you check it out as well. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm
Good.
good. It's cool. I like
Did
this.
you get some of the Margarita Tower?
No, I haven't. I just walked in.
right.
So I'm new to all this.
We're gonna get back to the show in a second with T, but first, tell me something about Gordon NIL, Gordon's G team, something that we all don't know that would be interesting.
That is interesting. So we just had the studio set up at our marketing building, and so I think we're gonna start off a little spin-off of called maybe Sipping in the Studio or something like that, where we can highlight a local coffee shop or a local nutritional shop to where it's not like a full-blown meal, but we still can get that long-form content with an athlete or something like that. So
T-Bob's running to go wash his hands.
yeah, go wash your hands,
so,
man.
So you bought your he just bought us more time.
Yeah.
What is all right? So also, if you've seen the viral Kim Mulkey videos, right, during the slow motion viral Kim Mulkey videos, that's him.
Yeah.
Why do you do slow motion videos? Like, was the intent, I think slow motion videos will go viral?
I think what it was no one's doing slow-mo. Everyone slows down 60 frames. I slow down 120. They're like, how does your stuff so clear? My camera costs $4,000 just the camera, so it's like, that's how, you got to pay the piper. If you want it to work, the quality is there. So the slow-mo allows you to speed ramp to the beat and just kind of tell a story with it. So, that's the fun part.
At Tailored Technique, y'all follow him on all the socials as well. All right, we'll go back to T-Bob.
Yep,
Get you a margarita, and
All right.
we'll chat. Get a cup. Get a glass cup. A glass cup. A glass cup or a cup of glass with ice or whatever the glass cup and whatnot, and get you some margarita. So you were saying Jaden Daniels is going to be the best quarterback in America. Great dude, by the way.
Brian
Have you seen,
Kelly.
you missed it. He's the guy that's done like the slow-mo Kim Mulkey videos that went viral.
Oh,
Like,
nice.
that's him. Yeah. So great dude.
No, so I didn't say that. Brian Kelly said that. I think he could be the most improved. Like I said, which sounds crazy for somebody who's a fifth-year starter, but the environment difference from Arizona State to LSU, the coaching difference from Herm Edwards to Brian Kelly, the OC difference from, actually, I don't know whose OC was at Arizona State, but now to Mike Denbrock, just everything. And a fully returning offensive line, who was already pretty good last year, a fully returning set of weapons who've only gotten better. Like, it's just everything is lined up for Daniels to take a significant step forward. And maybe more than anything else, just a year of knowing you're the guy. an offseason, a full offseason, in which you already know these teammates, you have relationships with them that have been formed over a full football season, and then an offseason where you are the number one guy and everybody can look to you and know that you are the guy. The difference between how Jaden Daniels must have been feeling last spring to this spring is massive. And remember, I didn't think he looked particularly good last spring. I came out pretty down on Daniels after last spring.
We saw the spring game, and he had been here for like a month.
No, fair.
You know what I mean?
No,
like
yes. No, I know. But I didn't think
Joe Burrow looked like shit the entire 2018 season.
Yeah.
I mean, just to like call it what it is, like it matters. I mean, but in fairness, the difference is Joe didn't have spring. He like showed up in June and then was the starting quarterback. Like it took until November for him to in 2018 for him to really catch fire, and then obviously just carried all that momentum into 19. But to the point about could Jaden be the best quarterback in the country, it's like here's the latest Heisman odds. Caleb Williams, Drake May, Michael Penix, Bo Nix, Jordan Travis, Sam Hartman at Notre Dame, Drew Allar at Penn State, and then Jaden Daniels. I mean, he's got top 10 Heisman odds.
You have a legitimate top 10 returning quarterback. When is the last time LSU could say that? One Burrow, one Rohan, one Jamarcus, one Flynn, one Mettenberger,
the Mettenberger and Burrow were similar, right?
Yeah, but nobody thought they were top 10 coming into the year. That's fucking bullshit.
In the country?
No, yes, in the country.
I'm thinking out loud.
Yeah, my bad. Come a little hot. It's a T-Bop tower, dude. I mean, what do you want to do?
Man.
I drank this whole thing alone.
No,
I drink half the town.
Everybody's
been guys, relax. I did not.
Everybody's been hitting that town. No, I'm trying to think the best return. I mean, the best returning quarterback, I would probably say would have been Jamarcus in 06. He started 05, missed the bowl game when Flynn started against Miami.
Yeah.
But the 05 team didn't lose a game until they lost the game against Tennessee on the Monday night that everybody remembers, and then didn't lose again until the SEC championship game.
No. I agree that 05 team was great, but I'm saying, was he a consensus top 10 returning quarterback?
I mean, that's a question for Hanny.
Yeah, that's true.
Like Hanny, in 2015, remind me of what the consensus top 10 quarterbacks in the country were going into that year. I mean, that was obviously, you had Leinart coming back in 05. Well, I guess not in 06 he was gone. So, I don't know, maybe.
But either way, it's been a very long time, even if it is Jamarcus. And you could argue that it's not. So the point is, it's been a very long time. No.
Wiggins just dumped a whole nother batch of fries.
Dump of fries. You can't do this.
Hey, wait, what about
the
sauces?
You can't do this to me.
He's like,
dude.
I got it.
You can't. I'm not. I gotta.
And I'm gonna be super.
I gotta avoid it.
OCD and line them up here on the side. Bro, look at the hot grease on them, bro.
Maybe I'll have one then. You're right. There's hot grease. If there's hot grease on the fry, you gotta have at least one, right? I mean, I would be rude not to.
It would be very rude not to.
Oh my God.
All right, by the way, there's 132 watching live on YouTube, only 27 likes.
Hit the like button, boys.
I mean, all we ask is that you just hit the fucking like button.
Hit the like button, boys. Just a little thumbs up. Your algorithm's going to be fine. I'll take good care of your algorithm. Don't worry. Take it out back. You know what I'm saying? Treat it right. Wine it. Dine it.
Why wouldn't you just hit the thumbs up? It's the easiest thing. I don't understand. It's the easiest thing in the world. You get free content. We're acting like idiots here, drinking a margarita tower, and always just hit the little thumb. Hit the thumb.
Hit the thumb.
Hit the thumb. Next week,
thumbs up.
Next
I'm
week,
going to stick a thumb up your ass.
Next week, I'm going to see you 2 nights in a row.
Yep.
Wednesday, we're here at Oliver Twist. Thursday, we're at Don Juan for the first round of the draft
And
party.
don't forget, I believe it is, the following Thursday will be May the 4th.
May the 4th.
We're not going to do Scone T on Wednesday. We're doing it on Thursday, May the 4th. Huge Star Wars May the 4th event out here at Oliver Twist, which, by the way, the season finale of, these are really hot. These are really good, fresh out the fryer like that. The season finale of Mandalorian was fantastic. So if you want to come talk about it, feel free.
Thank you, Wiggins.
Next Thursday. Wow, thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Wiggins.
Fuck, man, I shouldn't.
Get him, dude. What are you talking about? Stop it.
No. Maybe just one. I'll do one. I got a big day planned tomorrow, but I'll do one. Why not, dude?
He gonna do one. So fire away. Look, we got 11 minutes left, so fire away. We'll do Ask Scone T to wrap up.
We have a lot of questions. I have not been logging them, but I'll go back in the chat as far as I can.
Shout out Facebook watching as well. We appreciate y'all for being there. Kirk Taylor, Darren Gagnon, we appreciate it. And he did make a good point. He said this is the first time in Jaden's career he'll have the same OC back-to-back seasons.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, stability matters.
That's what I'm saying. No, it's not even – it's inarguable. The environment is by far the most stable and competent that Jaden Daniels has ever been in. Like Herm Edwards, I love Herm as a person, as a commentator. I think he's probably a really damn good football coach. His time at Arizona State was a bit of a disaster.
Why not talking about them Devils now?
Yeah, exactly, right.
Oh,
Major red flag between him and Adam Gase. But then again, Nick Sirianni's fighting against us, okay? Adam Gase and Herm Edwards, major red flag press conferences. They did awful. Nick Sirianni, red flag press conference. He's obviously done incredible. Ask Scone T, Roy Kent says, would you rather actively and enthusiastically root for Alabama in every sport or lose your right arm?
I would rather actively, enthusiastically root for Alabama than lose.
Fucking joke's on you, bitch. I'm left-handed, okay? Fuck my right arm. It's a vestigial organ at this point. Fuck out of here. I don't need that shit. Fuck Nick Saban. Fuck Bear Bryant. Fuck Alabama. Fuck Nate Oates. Fuck that shitty-ass baseball team. Fuck Tuscaloosa. Fuck the entire Tide. That's how I feel.
Now I'm going to keep my arm.
Ask Scone T, what's the approach to someone like her? Do you keep seeing him out there to work through whatever the issue is? Moose, is the T-Bob Tower getting you a little tipsy? Because no, so you can fucking spin around the table. You act like that's a fucking flaw? That's a design feature, Moose. Come on, get out of here. Get him out of here. Hey, get out of here. Hit the showers.
Tomorrow's his day.
Wait, what?
April 20th.
Yeah, yes. I'm sure that nobody on the station is more excited for 420 than our guy Moose.
Muse is ready.
Ask Scone T, what's the approach to someone like her? Do you keep him out there, to work through whatever the issue is? I don't think you have a choice,
I think he's just an arm at this point. He's a guy that when you're in a situation where the game is decided one way or the other and you just need someone to throw, to be on the mound and throw pitches and eat innings, that's when you send him you will not put him in a leverage situation until he can string together positive outings. We
have Raymond asking about the break-even bottle. Ask Scone T, Matt, what do you think about the Old Elk Infinity blend? Is it the 22 release?
This is the 23. This is the new one, and I'm super disappointed in myself that I didn't try it. Because last year's Infinity Blend is the best Old Elk release that I've ever had.
The 22, you're saying?
Correct, and I wanted to try this, but honestly, he brought fries, and I wanted a beer, and I was not going to drink whiskey with fries. And if I were a little more responsible, I would have just said, I'm not eating any fries. I'm just going to have a little ounce pour of that Infinity Blend and really enjoy it. But instead, I ate some fries. I asked Moose to get me a mango cart, and then I poured a margarita. So life's all about choices, T, and I made some bad ones tonight.
Ted Lasso, yay or nay? Absolutely yay. I'm not on this new season yet, though. I'm going to get on it.
Never seen it.
I just churned through season 1 of Succession. So good. Kobe says, shit. All right, let's see. God, I lost where I was at. Okay, I'm finding it. Oh, wait, I find it. Ask Scone T. What should the Pels do this offseason?
Get a shooter.
Get shooting, yeah, exactly right. I mean, that's it, dude.
I think they're going to move Jonas.
Imagine that, like everybody else in the NBA, which is crazy. I mean, yeah. I guess, he represents value. You got to move somebody that represents value. Bojets, ask Scone T before Whiskey and Wine season, do y'all interact with people at the bar at all? Would love to catch a vibe with the boys. Yeah, that's all we do. It's awesome.
We're here every Wednesday.
Yeah, and you can always come. But he wants to come for, he wants some of that whiskey and wine action. Dustin asked, will Island Hanny make an appearance at the draft party?
I literally told Hanny last week.
Party till Island Hanny shows up.
I literally told him last week, show up in your Hawaiian shirt and your straw hat
100%.
And start growing out your beard right now.
100%.
So I fully expect Hanny to be inebriated and in his rare form.
Who's your comeback player of the year for LSU baseball? Beloso, Thompson, or Dugas?
Oh, it's got to be Beloso. Jesus.
Yeah, he's just been on fire, huh?
I mean, from a guy who was going to be your opening day DH last year, tears his ACL. We thought his career was going to be over. He comes back, was just, pinch hitting here and there. Every time he got an opportunity, he hit. They put him in the lineup. He keeps hitting. The dude is now your everyday DH and in the middle of your lineup. I mean, that's easy.
And he got injured in such a brutal way that gives a little extra oomph to the story. Is A&M, according to Luke, or question from Luke, is Texas A&M the number one game we must win this fall, and by how much margin? No, it's Alabama, like it is every year. Win Alabama, win the West. Let's fucking go, boys. You're number 4 in the ESPN Top 25 FPI rankings. So it's not as much rankings. We don't need to get an FPI, but you're number 4. You are viewed by a lot of numbers and analytics to be it's a bit of a distant 4th, but to be the 4th best team in the country outside of the big 3 that comprise Tier 1.
I have a problem with Ohio State being there as well, considering Michigan.
Yeah, it's weird, dude. It's weird. I think FPI undervalues quarterbacks for some reason, which seems like crazy for an equation that you're trying to predict the future with. We talked about it on Snaps today and really dove into it, and the feeling I came away with is like the only explanation to explain all these kind of things that I as a human viewed as inconsistencies is that the equation undervalues quarterbacks. Ask Scone and T, what's the difference between jelly and jam? Well, jelly is jellied and jammed is jammed. Ask Scone and T, is Arch Manning overhyped? Ask Cajun Marine. No, we can't know yet. I mean, we just can't know yet.
So the answer,
it's impossible not to be overhyped with the name Manning.
The answer is yes, but that doesn't mean he can't be great and all-time great. But when you are targeted as an 8th grader as the number 1 player in your class and everybody's followed you forever, yeah, I mean, that's just nobody at that age warrants that type of attention.
Ask Scone and T.
That was LeBron. That was Dylan Moses. Remember Dylan Moses was in Next as an ESPN's Next issue as an 8th grader.
This is why LeBron deserves all the respect in the world.
Yeah.
That motherfucker carried that banner and lived up to every part of it and then some, and still isn't done writing his legend yet.
It's just a shame.
And I hate the Lakers now.
It's just a shame LeBron's a bitch. Like, if he wasn't a bitch, he'd be so much more likable.
I wish he wouldn't bitch the refs. That's my only LeBron critique.
He's just a bitch. Like,
I don't agree he's a bitch overall.
He's a bitch.
I just don't like him playing to the refs.
He's a great player. Go Bears. Let's see you.
Oh, wow. Jesus. Ask Scone T, Justin, more hated.
That's my guy, Maurice.
Bama
awesome
football
dude. Calico.
Or Tennessee baseball fans? I got to be clear. I said this on this morning show. My Tennessee hate is a work, okay? My Alabama hate is a shoot. Like, I actually kind of like Tennessee. Beautiful campus, cool colors. Like, fuck the baseball team, fuck Tony V. It's fun to have someone to hate on. But at the end of the day, I'm like, it's Tennessee. I have real hate in my heart for Alabama.
Tennessee's never cost you anything.
Yeah,
Alabama
exactly.
has cost you.
Yes.
Not
I think
you,
that's probably the fairest.
generally LSU.
No, that is the fairest way to say it. Ask Scone T, if regionals started this weekend, who's starting the 4th game? Eric wants to know.
Oh, Jesus. I hope they don't get to a 4th.
That's heard.
Game.
Probably like Riley Cooper coming back and offering up a heroic performance for his old coach one more time.
My thought would be Christian Little, and here's why. And I don't know that we will see if Jay Johnson if they get there, if he takes this approach. You most certainly don't burn Paul Skeens game 1 in a 1-4 matchup. So you throw whoever the fuck, right? So you you throw Thatcher Hurd. It literally doesn't matter. You're playing Grambling or somebody. You throw whoever. And then in the marble game, you throw Skeens. Then someone's got to beat you twice. So in the 3rd game, you start Christian Little. Or I'm sorry, in the 3rd game, you start Ty Floyd. So in a 4th game, potentially, you would start Christian Little.
Kobe says Coleman.
I think I think potentially, depending on how the rest of the season plays out, maybe you'd start Coleman in that game 4, but maybe he could be the game 1 starter actually.
Yeah.
That may be the more realistic option. Is you'd go Coleman game 1, Skeens game 2, game 3. You provided you're 2-0, then you're pitching Floyd, and then if it gets to a game 4, you're starting Little.
Ask Scone T, will Texas become a bigger rivalry than Alabama? Craig Granger wants that.
No.
By the way, you know who's 5th in FPI? Texas. And I don't bring this up to critique FPI because FPI is married to recruiting rankings and returning production. What I bring it up is to say, if Steve Sarkisian fucks it up again with a top 10 talented roster in the country, let's stop fucking making excuses for him. It infuriates me how Sark continues to get these free passes when he took over a 7-3 Texas team and has made them actively worse and has spent 2 years losing to Big 12 rosters that can't fucking sniff his. It's absurd. And maybe it's not all Sark because some of it is in the air in Texas. It's the ecosystem. Fuck Texas.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, good. Opie, D-Don wants to know. Isn't Mason Smith coming back this early just freaking amazing?
Yes.
Did he come back? Is he practicing? I thought they were going to hold him out all spring.
So this week, he's been going through individual drills, like he's doing defensive line drills.
Oh, that's fine. That's good. Yeah, I'm down for that.
But the only thing we were told he was going to do was just conditioning and then be ready for practice in fall camp. So, like, this would represent him coming back early. Dude, he tore his ACL and it's been 7 months.
Yeah, I mean, bro, I get that, dude. Well, whatever. I don't want to be like, former player guy. But I tore my ACL, like, 4th game of the season and did, like, all of spring practice. Like, in 6 months, you can practice if you have to.
You can.
No, I'm not Mason Smith, though. Don't protect me.
Right.
Like, protect Mason Smith at all costs. Just know if they're putting him out there 7 months post-injury, they think
he's ready.
That he's fucking ready, and he feels like he is. Like I felt like, I was still a little tentative. I had to kind of work through it. Like, I had to kind of push myself to get through it. They're not doing that with Mason Smith.
I would say the biggest difference, like, I'm thinking of, like, it's what you're asked to do. Like, Joe Burrow tore his ACL in Cincinnati. It was in December, right?
Yeah.
And, like, it wasn't until the next year after their bye, like week 6, 7, that he even acknowledged, even though he was on the field, that he was actually feeling like himself again. So, like, just the fact that he's out there doing stuff right now, I do agree, is massively encouraging, because I didn't think they'd be at this point until the beginning of camp, hoping over 4, 5, 6 weeks to ramp him up toward playing for the Open.
Well, and also, when we live in a world where we've suffered through 3-month hamstring strains with Zion Williamson and 3-month toe bruises with Brandon Ingram, somebody coming back from an ACL in 7 months and going out of their way to practice feels a little extra normal, if you will.
Ambitious.
Yeah, but no, I'm fucking hyped because, again, the tone they set with him was so cautious that if they're actually letting him play, then they and him both feel rock solid about the situation, which is great. You're right, so that is great. Yeah. Nathan Wedlin, ask Scone T, how many defensive players do the Saints take with the first 3 picks?
I just want a defensive tackle at 29.
Yeah, it seems to be where everybody's at.
So do you remember, so the Saints mostly draft best available. Like, people always have the debate, is it need or best available? The Saints draft best available.
And kind of a lot of people.
Always.
I mean, kind of everybody does to a certain extent, but yes.
The only the example I always give is Ryan Ramczyk. Like, Ryan Ramczyk, they had Zach Strief as your starting right tackle. They got an extra first-round pick when they traded Brandon Cooks.
That is a good example.
And they drafted fucking Ryan Ramczyk.
Yeah.
And then Strief got hurt, and Ramczyk played, but they didn't need a tackle.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a first-rounder. Kamara. When they drafted Kamara, they had Mark Ingram, and they just signed Adrian Peterson, and they moved up to draft a running back. Like, so they draft best available, unless if they have a glaring need. When Max Unger suddenly retired, it was like, oh, fuck, we need a center.
Yes.
They drafted Eric McCoy. Like, That's where they are right now with defensive
God,
tackles.
Max Unger was so good.
You've got 2 defensive tackles. Like you have got to draft defensive tackle at 29. You just have to. You have to get a defensive tackle. And then after that, I don't give a shit.
If Peyton Turner, I don't even need you to be a first-round pick, but Peyton Turner, just be a fucking legitimate rotational
be a
piece.
rotational guy.
Like,
get on the field.
Be a legitimate fucking rotational piece, dude.
And he can play inside or out.
That's what I'm saying. He can be a 3-tech.
Yeah.
He can be a fucking 3-tech when we're talking about D-tackle. Ask Scone T, over under 6 games for Mike Thomas. I'm going over, but I got to be clear. I'm just choosing to, you're never going to get me to be cynical glass half empty guy. Now, Zion is arguably challenging that, right? Like, I've given up any expectation for Zion. I ain't given up on Mike Thomas yet. And as frustrating as Mike Thomas has been, remember, what Mike Thomas has done, Zion and Brandon Ingram and everybody else you've been impressed with can't hold a fucking candle to. Mike Thomas was on a Hall of Fame trajectory.
Over 6, under 16.
I mean, now we just got to play the odds. You got to say under 60. Yeah. Oh, you're saying over 6. Yeah.
Over 6.
Yeah,
under 16.
I agree. I mean, I agree with that.
He'll miss
sure.
games. He'll miss games. But I think he'll play more than 6. But he'll play less than 16.
Ask Scone T. We've kind of talked about this, but is Dylan Cruz the best ever, the GOAT of LSU baseball, or does he need to win a ring?
So I think the way you have to approach that question is he the best talent, or did he have the greatest LSU career? And those are 2 different things.
That's a good way to approach it.
Because it's the thing that I've always said about Aaron Nola. Aaron Nola had the best college career of any pitcher at LSU. Now, he also had a great talent, but Ben McDonald, to date, until Paul Skeens, is the best talent that's ever come through LSU.
Yeah.
Now, Skeens, I think, challenges that. But Nola was the best collegiate pitcher that LSU has ever had.
A cyborg.
Cruz, I would argue Cruz is the best best 5-tool baseball player that's ever come through this program. But to be the best player ever, he's
how we treat sports in America, you have to win championships.
In this program, you got to win. So
bottom line.
It's the reason why Bregman isn't the unanimous answer when people ask that question.
Yeah.
He was a great player for 3 years. He didn't hit with power when he was here. I think we've talked about this. Cruz had more homers as a freshman than Bregman had in his whole career at LSU.
I don't think I knew that.
Bregman had 8. Bregman went like 6, 6, 9. And I think 6, 6, 9 at LSU. So he had 20.
It's a lot of home runs for Cruz freshman year.
And maybe it was Cruz's sophomore year.
Yeah, that would make sense.
That he bested. But I think Bregman in his career went 6, 6, 9, and then point is, Cruz's power numbers have exceeded Bregman's in college. Both are great players at premium positions, and both won a lot. But if this team wins a national championship and Cruz hits above 450 doing it, having the greatest offensive season ever.
Oh yeah, then he gets it.
It's over. Retire his number 3.
Right.
He's the greatest ever.
Last ones here. Who's got the most World Series rings from LSU?
Skip Bertman.
Oh, true. And then last one, Michael Nooner. Bigger 104.5 controversy. Jimmy Ott eating on air, or Jimmy Chest Hair muting Moscona in the middle of the show.
Like, y'all can laugh about that, and I, like, to this day, I would punch him in the fucking face for that. Like, again, you can laugh, but the reality is, like, that is akin to, like, if you work at McDonald's saying, we're not selling hamburgers anymore.
Yeah.
Like, your product is my voice going over the microphone and over the air. Ultimately, it is my show, and I am dictating the content, and at no point do you ever, like, that is fireable, actually. And
it's a weird line.
And, like, he got his ass reamed for that. Like, Gordy called him, like, it was a big deal. Like, you don't fucking do it. Like, after that show, I was like, bro, you can fucking never work on my show again. You can leave. You can call me whatever you want. Like, I don't care. Like, there is... Like, ultimately, you have to understand this is a show, brother. Like, I don't care what your feelings are. Be a professional. Address it with me afterwards. You do not ever fucking turn off my microphone. Like, ever. That is never, ever going to be acceptable. So you can laugh. Y'all can laugh. I don't give a fuck. The bottom line is it's not a game. Like, it's not just a fun thing we do. It's literally how I pay my mortgage, how I feed my family. And, like, that is a line you never fucking cross. Like, you never cross that line. You are fucking with somebody's profession, their livelihood, all of it. And the second you even approach stepping over that line, it's fucking game over, man. It is not ever an okay thing. Can you imagine if I walked into OTB tomorrow and turned off your microphone in the middle of your segment?
Look, I get it. I think, like...
No, y'all can fucking laugh all you want at it. My point is, you know what I just laid out to you hits different than it will for anybody watching right now.
Yeah, no, I agree. Look, I agree. I would be furious if someone muted my mic, and afterwards I tell them, like, look, it was a good bit, whatever. Maybe it was like good or funny, but like, but I would tell them that can never happen again.
It wasn't a bit.
Like, don't do that again, or we'll fucking fight. But that is easily, though. That is easily. No. I think you're too. I think you sound unreasonable. I don't think you sound unreasonable. Like, I think everybody can vibe with what you're saying. Like, you can't be a radio host. Like, the entire job is talking and taking. You can't mute the person who everybody is there to listen to talk and take. Like Edward O was just like, who is Jimmy Cheshair? And so I understand that too. Like, a lot of people don't understand. There's things that are, it's like a cardinal sin in radio. It's like you never have inside jokes because you always want the people to be included. But like, it was James Harrelson, who I love. James awesome, by the way. He was a fucking phenomenal producer. Yeah. Like, James was great. Like, he produced morning show and he produced afternoon show at different stints, and he was phenomenal. Like, I love the guy. But he just stepped over the line one day and turned off my mic when he and I were going back and forth about something, and I was trying to transition, and he had something else he wanted to say, so he turned off my mic so he could finish his point. And, like, it is a complete not okay thing. It is. The reason why I laugh is because my way of dealing with things is generally with humor until you cause me to absolutely snap. Whereas, and maybe this year you get to the Enneagram 7 thing. Is it 7,
yes,
right?
You're 7.
Yeah, the 7. No, but you're an 8. That's what I mean. The Enneagram 8 thing
I'm an 8.
is that you are going to let the person know immediately how you very honestly feel about what they just did.
Yes. No one will ever wonder where they stand with me ever.
Yeah.
I'm as honest a person as you'll ever meet in life. If you fucking suck, I'm going to tell you fucking suck. If I love you, I'll tell you. Unless if you're T-Bob, and then I'll pretend that I fucking hate him, but we actually get along.
For years and years and years now. As we just continue to make money by being the two people that hate each other most to keep doing radio together. Hell
welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I'm fucking full, dude. I need to take a nap. I need too many rounds now. It's so good, though. We really are so good.
That was like feeding the camel. You know, like when you go to the Global Wildlife Center, you hold the corn in your hand.
Remember to keep those fingers together. If you spread a finger,
they'll bite your shit.
They will bite your fucking. I remember a horse bit my finger when I was younger, and I actually I showed the teeth marks at show and tell the next day because I thought it was like kind of like cool. Didn't help me make out with any chicks though in junior high. Sounds weird to say as an adult, but I was in junior high as well at the time.